All right, welcome to this training section of getting your step-by-step business email sending setup rocking and rolling. Inside of this step, we're going to be adding the email unsubscribe link to all of the emails that go out. Okay, this is very important. It's very important to make sure that you are compliant with the digital laws. Let me explain this to you a little bit more so that way you can understand the importance of what it is that we are doing here. Okay, so the email providers, Google, Yahoo, Hotmail, okay, they've really started to crack down on regulation because what happened is that there was just too much spam that was going out, right? And so what they did is they started cracking down, they started making regulation and laws around this, digital laws, so that way they can make sure that emails are compliant. Otherwise, not only going to land in spam, but you can actually also get fined this way from the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission. So there are actually digital laws that countries now have that enforce this, okay? So the very famous ones, the reference law for the US, there's a US CAN-SPAM, right? So that is the name of the actual legal registration there. And then in another example, in the European Union, there are GDPR laws. And just to kind of emphasize how important this is, email compliance and regulation is so important that in the European Union, they have a law called GDPR, and non-compliant GDPR can lead to a fine amounting to 20 million euros is what they use over there. 20 million euros or 4% of annual global turnover, whichever is higher. Can you imagine that? That is how important these laws are and how these countries are now putting in place fines if you do not actually do this properly. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why we are creating this system and strategy for you, so that way you as a new business owner do not get royally messed up because of the fact that you didn't know what it is that you were doing. This is the reason why you are part of a community, you're part of a process that's walking you through how to be able to get this set up, so that way you are rocking and rolling. Okay, so one of the big things that outbound sending emails require by law now is that they have to have a unsubscribe from your emails if they don't want to receive them, right? Otherwise, you're just literally soliciting people and you're just spamming them nonstop. So that is no bueno. Now, thankfully, ClientKit as a business platform is something that has already thought ahead of the curve and has seen all of these regulations coming. And they've gone ahead and made it very, very click by click easy for us to be able to turn this on in our account. Previous to this, just a couple months ago, you would have to go in and make sure that every single email manually, you'd have to go ahead and add the unsubscribe link, okay? So I'm going to walk you through how to go ahead and add this one click, super easy, in your account, turn it on so that way you're rocking and rolling, okay? So here are the steps. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to your ClientKit account. We're going to go over to settings at the bottom left, okay? So we click on settings. And then once we click on settings, from there, we are going to go ahead and go over to business profile. Okay, so right over here, we're in business profile. And then we're going to go ahead and scroll down. And then we're going to go ahead and find right over here where it says general. Okay, it says general over here. And then, now it might look a little bit different. They change this stuff all the time, but you're going to find something that looks like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that this one right over here is check marked on. Make email compliant by adding an unsubscribe link in your email. Now, you might not have these other two just yet. And this is going to be something that we help you set up in an upcoming training, which is going to be how to make your SMS compliant, because there are digital laws around SMS text messaging as a business as well. So for right now, you may not have this because you haven't maybe yet purchased a phone number. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Again, don't worry about that right now. We're going to walk you through it step by step, make it super easy for you in the upcoming training section. But what we're going to do right now is just make sure that this one is turned on. Now, by default, is already turned on, but you just want to make sure because you don't want to be in that camp where you're breaking any laws as you're doing email marketing. Now, the other thing you want to go ahead and make sure you do, other than it being turned on, is you want to go ahead and hit customize, and you want to make sure that whatever it says, if you no longer wish to receive these emails, you may unsubscribe, and then you want to make sure that your business name is there, right? So in this case, let's say, for example, if it's NutriFit Wellness, or let's say, for example, it was Body Forge Fitness, whatever it might be, you just want to confirm that that is in fact there, and then go ahead and hit save. And then that is going to go ahead and update that for you right over there. Okay, so this is very important. You probably already have it turned on. You just need to verify that it is in fact turned on, because this is going to help with reducing customer frustration. You cannot imagine how many email subscribers get so annoyed when they haven't consented and they're receiving all this email, right? It's going to allow you to be able to collect feedback, because when anybody actually clicks unsubscribe, ClientKit is automatically going to collect feedback as to why they decided to unsubscribe. That's not even something you have to set up. It's already out of the box. It's going to allow you also to make sure that that you are entering into the inbox and not landing in spam, because the email providers are filtering the emails. Those emails that do not have the unsubscribe button, they land in spam and then they get forwarded over probably to the FTC in order to get fined. Of course, it doesn't work exactly like that, but the point being is that if you get found and you're doing a lot of email marketing and the FTC finds out that you are not compliant, then yeah, for sure, that could absolutely be a possibility. So this is not only going to help you from a business perspective on being able to get your emails landed, but also protect you. And then it's going to allow you to be able to make sure that you are abiding to the actual legislation that is there with the predefined laws for people who are going to be doing email marketing. Okay, so again, this is level 1 of email marketing, level 1 of email deliverability. It does get more advanced in this, but we're just getting that foundational level set up for you to be able to go ahead and send out the basic emails that we're going to be walking you through in the upcoming training. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, was as simple as it is of going ahead and making sure that you add the email unsubscribe link to your account, so that way it is by default going to be there for all of the emails that are going to be sent out to all of your clients, your customers, your leads, your prospects. Okay, so we're not done yet. We still got additional steps we're going to go ahead and walk you through, but this has been this training section on adding the email unsubscribe link. We will catch you in the next training section.